We're going to start off my class today coming into child's pose. I've got a folded up blanket just to place under my knees. If it's more comfortable for you to keep your knees together, do so. Otherwise, open them. It's up to you. And they're going to come into an extended child's pose. So extend those arms along the mat and ground the forehead. Try to relax back onto your heels if you can. Grounding the arms from the elbows down to the fingertips. And breathing. If your knees are open, you will find it easier to breathe into the belly as you've created space for the belly to expand and contract. And make that connection with your breath. As this first pose becomes our starting meditation as well, lengthening just slightly through the shoulders and through the back. Feeling everything slow down, becoming mindful, becoming present. Feel that heart drawing down towards the earth as those shoulders surrender and release. Now, walk your hands slowly across to the left, just as far as you're comfortable until you feel a beautiful stretch down the right side of the body, separating those ribs. Keeping that forehead grounded and breathing. And then slowly walk the hands across to the right. Just far enough to feel that lovely stretch to the left side of the body, separating between those ribs, lengthening from under the armpit down the left side. And then walking the hands back to center. And bring the arms at the sides. Just take a few breaths, letting those shoulders just release. And then bring the hands forward as we slowly come up. Now, if you're like me, and that was quite intense in the knees, come up very, very slowly and just extend the legs out to the back one at a time, just allowing that energy to flow back through the joint. And then come to a seated position on the mat. Sit in a nice, easy, cross-legged position. And you're going to take your left hand and place it behind your back so that the back of your hand is against the back. And then you're going to grab onto that tricep, resisting the pull of that arm, of that hand with the left tricep, and bring that right ear down towards the right shoulder. Slowly bring the head back up center. Now you're going to change arms. So bring this right arm behind the back of the hand against the back, and grab onto that right tricep with the left hand. And again, resist the pull of that hand by working that elbow back. And then slowly bringing that left ear down towards the left shoulder. Deep breaths. Bring the head back up to center and release the arms. Now we're going to come to our feet. So you're going to come into a forward fold now with very, very soft knees. So you're going to come down and just let the head hang off the end of the spine. And you can clasp the elbows. Feel that spine lengthen. So we just dangle the upper body, releasing all tension through the shoulders, the upper back, the neck. Breathe. Release the elbows. Bring the hands to the ground. And then you can open your feet slightly if you need to. You're going to come down into a squat. Point the toes slightly out if that's what's comfortable for you. And bring the tailbone down towards. Bring those triceps to the insides of the knees. Hands in prayer. Breathe. Drop the hands down and straighten the legs again. Walk the feet slightly closer to each other. And again, you're going to come back into that dangle position. See if you can straighten the legs a little bit more this time. Drop the head. And you can just lightly hold on to the elbows. Breathing. You can drop your hands. If you want to come upright, flatten the spine, engage your core, and then you can actually bring your hands just to the thighs and support yourself as you come up to standing. And you lose my head now. So we're going to come into dragon pose, which can be quite challenging. So I've just got a cushion under my knee. Well, not right under my knee. And bring that right foot forward. Release those left toes. And you're going to start working that pelvis down towards the mat. Use your blocks if you need to. And then you're going to walk that foot out to the right slightly. And what you want to try to achieve is to come down onto the forearms on the ground. So this is a great hip opener. As I say, it's very intense. So your modification is to use your blocks to bring the ground closer to you if you need to. And then you can rest the forearms on those. And you can place them lower. Don't worry about this knee falling out towards the right. That's fine. Feel that lovely lengthening through the left flexor. And we're opening up that right hip at the same time. Remember, this is a hip opener. Observe your emotions. If you are noticing any rising of emotion, remember we are releasing through the hips. We're releasing that emotional saddlebags of the body. So observe and exhale. Let go. And then come up into the hands as you move slowly. Walk that foot a little bit in. And bring the torso up. You can use your leg for support there as you, again, just carry on working that pelvis. Still in this nice low lunge. Working those hips forward and feeling a nice stretch through the flexors. Let's bring the right arm across the body and just hook that with the left arm as you stretch across the back of the shoulders, just for a few breaths here. And now unhook the arms, and you can just lean this right hand on the right thigh if you like, and stretch this left arm up. And you can lean across to the right, just stretching along the left side of the body. Inhale as you straighten up. Bring those hands down to the mat. As we swap the legs, right leg back, left leg forward. Release those right toes and start working those hips down towards the mat. Again, use your blocks here. If you cannot come down even onto the blocks of the forearms, just stay here. As long as you have come to that point of resistance where your body says that's enough and no further, that's where you stay. And then what you'll find over time is that the more that you do these stretches, the more range of motion you will have through that joint, and you will slowly be able to come lower and lower. So if you do want to come down, you open up that left foot slightly, and again, you can come down onto the blocks. That left knee can fall out to the side if it wants to. Try to relax through the shoulders. If you want to come down in stages like I am, that's perfect. Listen to the body. This is how we avoid injury. Breathe. Breathe into the hips. Come up onto the hands. You bring that knee up and walk that foot in slightly. Begin to work those hips forward again. I'll just put a cushion under my knee, getting this lovely length through these flexors. And now bringing the left arm across the body, hooking it with the right, and stretching out the back of that left shoulder. Release the arms. You can just stabilize yourself on the left thigh with the left hand and bring the the right arm up. And just lengthen through the body to the right side of the body. Inhale as you straighten up. Bring the hands down. As you come down to a sitting position, just bring your legs out nice and wide, just as wide as you're comfortable with. Just move that out of the way. And you're going to need a block for this as well. So you're going to come down to the side. So we are getting a nice bend through the spine, and we are releasing through these adductor muscles at the same time. So you can bring the block wherever is comfortable for you, either on the inside of the leg or the outside of the leg. Height, again, dependent on you. So round about level with your knee. If you can't go down that low and you want it closer in towards the groin, that's also fine. So just rest the elbow on the block and then the head in the hand. And relax the other hand. Place it wherever you like. And breathe. Again, those feet will probably want to roll into the inside. Doesn't matter. You're relaxing through the muscles. Really concentrating on surrendering. So we can access those deeper lying tissues, those connective tissues. coming out of this pose, you want to move especially mindfully, particularly if you do have a bit of a dodgy back. So bring the arms down and support yourself with the hands as you slowly, slowly straighten your back up to neutral. Take a few breaths here. And then we come down to the left. So bring that block, again, inside or outside, whichever suits you. And bring the back of that elbow onto the block. Just kind of find your balance. And then relax into the pose, resting the head on the hand. Try and release all tension out of the shoulders. Again, moving slowly out of this pose, bringing the hands to the ground to support you. Very, very mindful of your movements and listening to your body all the time as you come back up to center, and then bring the hands underneath the knees. Bend those legs, bring the feet together. And now you can come onto your back and do a lovely twist, followed by Savasana. Enjoy the rest of your day.